Looks like we're good. Hello everyone, this is past me, I suppose it would be. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these videos going forward while I am vacationing in a foreign country where I cannot regularly stream for you guys. So I'm going to be trying to, over the next couple of weeks, put together enough content to where I can put out maybe an hour's worth of content a day on Twitch and YouTube. And we'll have those all pre-recorded to publish so that you guys aren't missing out on content and forget that I exist. You know what I mean? So the major one I'm going for here is I'm going to be playing through Blueprints. I've heard a lot about this game. I've seen plenty of other content creators playing it. I haven't actually seen them play it because I didn't want to be spoiled. I figured I'd be playing this at some point in the future. So I wanted to just give it a crack here, just on my own here. Make sure I've got some scratch paper available. I assume I'm going to need this. I've certainly I will say I've seen about the first hour's worth of gameplay, so I won't say that that's like a major spoiler. I didn't really get a whole lot out of it besides maybe the basic flow of the game. Let's just go ahead and get started rather than bore you with administrative work. Alright, loading. I also need to figure out a good spot for my camera over here. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. We'll see if that's a good spot for the camera. Do. In association with Raw Fury. A game by Tonda Ross. One of those. Tonda Ross. Oh, hey, buddy. What's good, bro? It's storming, it's raining.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament.
Oh, where'd this guy?
And hereby revoke all wills and codicils.
I do like the art style.
Made by me.
Kind of a
I give and bequeath to
papery
my
almost.
grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own.
Okay, so we got a house. Or I think we have a house, assuming we are.
Contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 40th.
Why you gotta do this, bro?
estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor.
Okay.
But I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner.
So I have to figure out where it is.
Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof, I have
How nice of him not to set a
my
time
hand
limit on that, I guess.
18th day of March, 1993.
Okay, so this wasn't that long ago.
S.
1993? And that was when he wrote his will as well. That's not even when he died, so who knows when this took place, or is taking place, or is currently taking place? This is rather late at night, so we'll see how I do in terms of, like, not shitting the bed on the puzzles, because I know there's puzzles in this game. I'm not completely ignorant to the idea of the game. Okay. So in true gamer fashion, the second you put me in front of something, I turn around and go the other way. Let's see what's going on out here. Well, I mean, I could definitely jump that, but alright. What we got here? Ooh. Okay, I don't have a jump button. We can go down here. See what's down here. Some boarded up shit. And... very pretty. The mountain's a little weird looking, but very pretty. There's like stuff down there too. The hell kind of estate is this? This looks like something out of Sherlock Holmes. You know that movie? It's like one of the more recent ones where the climax takes place on a balcony in one of these big ass estates. And they're doing like the whole I block, he punches, I defend, I break his wrist. He's smarter than that. He breaks my wrist. Fuck. That whole thing? Boxes. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. We head back upstairs. Can't sit on the bench. They need me in the game. I did notice that my footsteps went down. They just went down again. Okay. I'm sure I am currently handicapping myself. Alrighty. That looks like a useful door, potentially. We are on the private drive of the grounds. Can we... Probably not. Certainly doesn't seem like it. And then over here we've got... What? We've got a door. This looks like a fucking bunker. I'm pretty sure that's a holdover from the Cold War. And I've gone down another step as I've gone to the campgrounds. Try not to waste too many steps. What do we do here? The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You can call it a day at any time from the Blueprint menu tab. This can be accessed after picking up the blueprint in the entrance hall. Okay, so they're telling me ahead of time that I can't sleep yet. I have to go back over here in the entrance hall. I assume the entrance hall is going to be the first room I walk into. It would be rather strange if it were like the fifth. Do. Alright, we're back in the entrance hall. What are we looking at? Paintings. What do we got here? Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one pair of feet. When you no longer have any feet, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. I don't know who's supplying me with all these feet, but I do appreciate it. Grandfather clock says... It's 8:35. Bro's looking pretty dapper. These are different people, yes. I don't know who they are though. That guy kind of looks like the owner that I assume we're talking about. Queen of Diamonds. Seems important. Ace of Spades. Nothing else. Just Queen of Diamonds and Ace of Spades. Should I write these down? Probably. Room 1. Or rank 1. Entrance. Hall. Oh, you guys get some like keyboard ASMR when I'm typing, don't you? Nice. Or not nice, I guess, depending on whether you like that. Rank 1, entrance hall. Queen of Diamonds, was it? Diamonds. Diamonds. Ace of Spades. There we are. Alrighty. What do we got here? Open only in the event of my death. Well, bro's dead, so let's read it. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. Okay, so I have been here before. By the time you read this, I will assume you are already fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Okay, so I can't just drill into the 46th room, wherever the fuck that is. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. No stealing. You may not stay overnight. They are out of beds. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Herbert S. Sinclair, I'm gonna go with. My cursive's a little bit rusty. Alright. I had to step away for just a second. I'm back, though. Resume. Resume. I said resume. There's the blueprint we were told about. The Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. Okay, you may access it pressing tab. Yep. Cool. Oh, there's like a whole directory and shit. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this draws a connection between the antechamber and room 46, or so we're told. This is the room we're trying to reach. It looks like there's a bunch of other rooms we haven't discovered before. Room number 2 is the entrance hall, which I find a little bit strange. What's room number 1? And there's some other rooms, or so I'm told. Cool, and there's the call it a day down here in the corner. Alrighty. Let us proceed. Select a room to draft. Okay, so I know some of the basics of this game. I know that drafting is essentially like, you know, choosing what goes there. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. So it's essentially free to walk through then. 1 to enter, 1 to leave, but you gain 2. So it's a free walk through. Yeah, we'll take a bedroom. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, but at the very least, it's going to keep us going. Okay. There's a lot to take in here. Let me take all this in. The trunk is locked. Gotcha. Someone's painting. She's got like a little moon thing going on here. I don't know who this is, but maybe the moon amulet is important. I don't know. Painting of a bridge. Okay. And what else do we have? Paper crane. Weird puzzle looking thing. A pawn. A white pawn? A bride or a wedding, a bridge and a bride. Okay, well, you know what? Are there any other paintings in here? There's 2 paintings in here. So let me go ahead and write those down again. Rank 2 bedroom. Bride, question mark, and bridge. Pretty confident in the bridge. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. That's just a bridge. This could be a bride, this could be like a wedding or something as well, or a gown or something like that. There's just a fucking finger. That's strange. Oh, I should probably also mention this has a white pawn, which may or may not be relevant, I guess. And yeah, that's about all we see here. Oh, here we go. Greetings from Reddington. Oh, we're the blacklist now, I see. Can we go in here? No? Okay, that seems to be everything I can see here. The mirror also doesn't work. Very strange. Not super okay with that. Let's go ahead and, you know what, since it's free to come into and leave this room whenever we want, let's go ahead and draft, like, one of these other ones. Let's draft, like, maybe this one over here, since we've got this path, so maybe we go this path as well, right? Ding dong, let me in. A lavatory. Okay, that has no exits. That doesn't seem particularly helpful. Corridor is always left unlocked. Does that mean they're locked sometimes? Well, that does seem to be the implication, considering I get keys from the Nook. Given that we could start going up, forward, whatever you want to call this direction, north, with a Nook, I feel like a Nook is a good pickup, maybe? Ding dong. Yeah, let's go in here, see what's up. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Okay, well, thank you for telling me that outright. I was ahead of you on that, but I appreciate it. Also, we have a visitor. Hello, Smokey. Would you like to come up here and join us for this video? You will be sorely missed on stream, I'm sure. Come on. Yes. Here we go. We can get a cat cam. There he is. Yes, him is. He'll be with us. Alright, a pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable... Perhaps most fittingly a journal. Okay. Will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you. Why written weird? Why are you written weird? Nothing else is written in this font. Alright, more shit to write down. Rank 1 Nook. Beside? On black note. Okay. Huh. Beside and journal. I'm also gonna write and journal. Okay, that's like a safety pin, right? I think that's what that's called. Take the key. We knew we were getting one of those. Maybe it's important that I've been writing down these pieces. That's the second chess piece I've seen. White rook. Okay. Some books we can't use. A chair we're not allowed to sit in. The world's weirdest looking jukebox, I think. Is made out of paper. Oh, pine tree? Oak, not an oak tree. I think that's just a pine tree. So pine tree and safety pin. Pine tree and safety pin. Pine tree, safety pin. Okay, okay. You doing all right, Smokey? You need to lay down there, buddy. There you go. You got it. You got this. All right, let's move on to the next room. I think we got everything in there. All right, so if we do the den, that's bad, right? Oh, wait, actually that has 2 exits. That's not the worst. A spare room is fine. It goes straight through. But a hallway seems like the best idea, right? Because the hallway gives us more options. That's a hallway. Yeah, because we can be 5 wide, so we could like go this way and up, or this way and back, or whatever. Okay, so these paintings are clearly important. I haven't just been writing those down for no reason either. A bathtub and a bat. That's just a bat. So a bathtub and a bat. This is rank 2. Rank 2. Hallway. Bathtub. Bat. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. The west wing is not where we are, though. We are in the east side of the... We are on the east side of the map right now, or at least I would assume so, right? We're over here. So I think we should be fine on that front. Nothing else in here? Alrighty. Let's go this way. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Oh. Gem requirement. We don't have any gems. And we can't back out. Okay, once you've drawn floor plans, you must select one to draft. And I'm not allowed to draft security. Well, I might as well take some items if I have the choice between a place to shit and technically still a place to shit, but also some items. So, items it is. What do we got? What are our items? This just seems like a fucking closet. Oh, now we get a gem. Okay, I see how it is. Shovel. I got a whole ass shovel. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Okay, yeah, that does check out. I see you painting. That's a car. And that's a coal cart or something. Coal or cart. Let's do rank 2. Closet. Coal cart? Question mark? And car. That's just a car. I mean, unless they're looking for Oldsmobile, but I don't think it's been... I don't think we're, we haven't had any words quite that big, I don't think. Alright, we got a gem. We got a shovel. I don't know what to do with the fucking shovel, but let's keep going. Guest bedroom. It's a dead end that gives plus 10 steps. I don't think I want that. Do I want a corridor, which is always unlocked, or a spare room? Well, I can definitely guess that because every room has had something interesting in it, the spare room is no different, but I'm gonna pick the corridor because it's always unlocked. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to look at the spare room in the future. Bunch of stuff packed up. I don't know why this room would be packed up and the others aren't. Like, it just doesn't feel like it matches that hallway right next to it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it feels different. Um all right, rank 3. Rank 3 corridor. You know what I should also check? Um if I click on one of these, all right, that takes us to a directory. Maybe it has something to do with the numbers of the rooms as well. Although, oh, okay, here we are. Rooms, these rooms are not the same as bedrooms and hallways and such. They're in their own categories. Okay. Okie dokie. Where did we see the... We saw the white pawn in a bedroom, and we saw the white rook in the nook. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be a pattern there yet. Alrighty, alrighty. Rank 3 corridor. We've got a grandfather clock. Grandfather clock. And a... padlock? A padlock. Or a lock. All right, I have an idea of what might be going on here, but I'm not entirely certain. Sorry if I'm like peeking around shit right now. It's kind of hard to read my notepad over here sometimes. There we go. Better. Okay, how are we doing? We're still going this way. We still have 2 other pathways in the event that we get fucked here or something, and there's no way forward. Chapel. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose $1. Okay, what if I have no dollars? Am I good? Cause I got no money. I'm poor as shit. Maybe we don't take that risk. So I've noticed that we can have the same things on different ranks. So we're about to go into rank 4, but the spare room was also available in rank 3. There was nothing else in here, right? I didn't see anything. No, like notes or anything. No, I can't grab that. Can't grab the hat. We have seen hats around before. Maybe I should be writing that down as well. I feel like I saw a hat back with the bride. Let's go do... let's write that down. I'm gonna have a bunch of random shit, and I'm sure half of it is not going to be relevant, but... hat? Question mark? And back with bride and bridge. That was the bedroom. I'm also gonna write hat? Question mark? Alrighty. Spare room. This one, I understand why it's in disrepair. It is a spare room. There's some paint. But can I climb this? No? Sorry, I don't know how to use my arms. Okay, that was worthless. Very cool. Not even any paintings or anything. I mean, technically there's paints. But one of them is closed, so I can't actually see what color it is. That one's blue. Not sure. Not sure what to do about this. There's a ceiling fan. Rank 4 spare room. Nothing? Question mark? On to rank 5. The door is locked. Oh, fuck it. Not anymore, it's not. Watch this drive. Den has a gem. Parlor has a puzzle piece. I can turn right here, and I'm fine to do that. Um, I wonder if I should do the den just so that I have more options down this far, because, like, if I get a dead end right now, I'm gonna have to, like, run all the way back to the bedroom. So maybe we do the den here. As cool as a puzzle piece would be, whatever the hell that's for. The den is nice and cozy as well, though, so that's fine. The clock says this is not the same clock that we saw before. The other one was 8:35, I want to say. This one is 8:35. Also, the clock is not ticking. Well, I hear it ticking, but the clock is not visibly ticking. Let's do a rank 5. This is Den. It is 11:45-ish. And what else do we have in here? Ooh. We've got a chart or a graph. Chart or a graph. And a cart. This is the same image, is it not? I'm pretty sure that's the same image. A chart and a cart. Oh. Well, that's concerning. A chart and a cart. Do I need to get out of here in time? Am I gonna fucking blow up? Oh, that is ticking. Okay. There's a white pawn. Okay, let's do chart, cart, white pawn. Should I just wait? I'm kind of trying to decide whether I should be waiting. Maybe all the clocks in the house have just been ticking normally and I didn't notice it, and it's just like it's midnight now because that's just what happened. Let's head towards the center. Locked. Okay, let's not head towards the center. Safe. We can actually make security this time. This is just bad to do. So let's do security. Okay. So we're gonna have a rank 5 security. So is there a time limit on this? I sure hope not. We'll see in just a second, because I'm just gonna let this tick up. Just to see what happens. The house catches fire, we all die. Those hands aren't even lined up. Someone needs to fix these clocks, because that's not how that's supposed to work. Anyways, the paintings, I have noticed the pattern between them. They are rhyming words, as far as I can tell. A bride and a bridge rhyme. A bath and a bat do not rhyme. Oh, you know what it is? It's not rhyming. They're one letter apart. Bride and bridge. Bread and bridge don't even rhyme anyways. I meant one letter apart from the start, and for some reason I just started saying rhyming. But they're not rhyming. They are one letter apart. Cart and car. I still don't know what the Queen of Diamonds and the Ace of Spades have to do with one another, because Queen and Ace are not related at all. But a pine and a pin. A pine and a pin. That's a good one. A clock and a lock. If I remove the pad from padlock, clock and lock. And then there was nothing in the spare room. Okay. Let's go to security, see what's up. I don't know. Oh. Cutscene. That's interesting. What's with the suspense in the security room? I mean, yeah, it's pretty high tech for the 1900s, but it's not like that high tech. Why it feels like the end of the game kind of cutscene. It's like blah blah blah. Very uplifting. Those are the security cameras, yeah. Okay. I haven't been to any of these rooms yet. At least I don't think so. Maybe one or two of them. And that's me. Look, Mom, I'm on TV. Well, that does explain the room quite nicely. How often... Wait. How often does it update? I can watch myself blink around. Nice. Okay, so we've got the two exits there. We've got a bunch of notes there. We've got this and this and this and that. A bunch of boxes and shit. And I can't interact with any of this. That's blue, which is possibly nothing. There's this vent, which I find interesting. I don't know what to do about that. There's some videotapes. Yes, I saw the stuff on the wall. Ooh, paying attention pays off. Rank 5 security, we've got a white knight. Okay. We've got a white knight. I also notice... Ah, here we go. Tag and... Or price or... This looks like tent or woods. So we've got tent, woods, and then over here we've got tag or price or 10. 10. It's just 10. 10 and tent. Yeah. Okay. Effective the first week of December. Payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly... I got cat hair in my tongue. It's getting in the way of my speaking. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. Two of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Okay, so there's one in the laboratory and security. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password. I cannot see jack shit besides the S. Terminal pass S? Blank. That's definitely an S at the beginning, but otherwise I can't see jack shit. Okay. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay, so there used to be a ton of security around the antechamber. Okay. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Keycard access security doors. I haven't seen jack shit for keycards. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay, so they're less likely to be locked to the south. Gotcha. Can I ticky-tacky? View estate inventory keycard system. Keycard system? Keycard system is currently operational. If they're offline, they should be unlocked. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff. I'll consider myself staff. Okay, well, why would I set it to, why would I make this harder on myself? I guess if I have a keycard, I want to see more doors with keycards, right? Because then I could just go boop, boop, boop through all of them. But I ain't got a keycard. So let's do low. All right, let's go back and view the estate inventory. 2 trunks. Oh, right. I have seen a locked trunk. I didn't see the other locked trunk, though. Okay. Log in? Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Blue memos equal true. Red memos equal lies. Unless written by hand. Ooh, that's spicy. I like that. Okay, I can read the bottom half of those letters. Unless written by hand. Okay, we are writing that shit down. Blue memos. True. Red memos. False. Unless written by hand. Now, I need to consider the logic of that statement because I think this part is applicable only to red memos because it's very close to it. I don't think it's supposed to be applying to the whole statement. So red memos are lies unless they are written by hand. Now that doesn't guarantee that they're true. I would assume they're true, though. I don't know who would write a maybe true, maybe lie. So then this is a lie. The antechamber is not unlocked. This is actually true. I think there was a red memo elsewhere. Where else did I see a red memo? I don't remember if it was handwritten or not anyways, so what the hell does it matter, right? Cool, unlocked. We can go boiler room for a power source using our last gem. We're still fucking broke, so the chapel's fine. Or we could go for that puzzle piece again. What do I do with a power source? I don't really have a reason to have a power source yet, I don't think. But maybe I'll need one? Maybe we do the puzzle first. Maybe let's do the puzzle. Let's do the puzzle. This just seems like good content. Okay, bye, Smokey. I think I got everything in this room. I wrote down, yeah, the security, the white knight, the tent, and the 10. Okay. Onward. Oh, almost fucked that up. Almost lost a step for that. All right, onward. We are in rank 6 now. Feeling pretty good for our first day, not gonna lie. We're in rank 6, the parlor. The parlor. Okay, what we got? First things first, I see a black pawn. That's our first black piece, I think. Maybe our second. Maybe we second. What are you? Wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. Okay. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you may need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. Okay. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. Okay, there's always at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Okay, that makes sense. Paintings. Shore, coat and coast. Coat and coast. Those make sense. Alrighty. This is the dude who left his shit for us. You can see outside. Oh, I see some stuff in like a garden back there. I see like a tipped over boat. There's some cool looking stuff out there. Give me just a moment. Alright, we are back. Just had to check something real quick. Alright, let's read these since I haven't read them. This is the black box. No. That's definitely false. The black box is not empty. Okay, so if this is true, then we should open the black box. If this is true, we open the black box. If this is false, we do not open the black box, because it is empty. This is the black box. Well, that's obviously untrue. That's untrue. This is untrue. So then, one of them, there will always be at least one box which is only true statements. Okay, so these 2 boxes do not have true statements. We can see that. So this one must be true. The black box is not empty. Therefore, the black box is not empty. Boom. Gems. Big. Huge even. I wrote everything else down. Let's move on. Locked. Okay, we do not move on. Well, that was fast. Alright, let's head back this way. I realize this is kind of heading towards a dead end. We could get 10 extra steps. Let's go for the 10 extra steps. This is already a dead end anyways, right? We could only go one further down. And none of them went straight through, I don't think. So let me just get the 10 steps. This is rank 4. So let's go back to rank 4. 4. Guest bedroom. Okay. Sinclair. Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. Okay, so clearly there were people who knew that, like, the house was changing and shit. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Okay, so this is just like a bunch of... There's a game in the billiard room, and it seems to be rare, and you don't need to know how to play darts to play darts. And also there's a gem in here. Let me get that. Yoink. White pawn, white pawn. There is a white pawn. There's also a whale, but I don't know what to do with that information. And a basketball. We've got dune or desert and in sand. And in sand. Sand. And sand. And a boat. And a wheel. Okay. Well, we got a bunch of steps back. Let's send it. Since we have no keys, we can't go this way. I'm fairly certain this was locked. Locked. I'll check for any notes. I want to... Oh, here we go. Trunk is also locked. That's where the other trunk was. I wanted to reread some of these notes in case some of them were read. We've been... Pun not intended. Okay, read. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. False. Doors in the West Wing are less likely to be locked. Because that is a lie. Black notes don't have any truthiness to them as far as we're aware. Okay. Let's go through here, since again, this is free to go through anyways. The boudoir, the courtyard, which goes kind of the wrong way, unfortunately, or the storeroom. Let's go boudoir, because it goes the correct direction, right? We want to turn to go that way. To the boudoir. Yes. Perhaps I should write this down. Rank 2. Rank 2. Boudoir. We've got a staircase and a star case. Stair and star. Easy. What else we got? A little picture. There's a safe in the picture. Okay, it's Christmas. There's a safe in the picture and it was gifted on Christmas? Okay, well, the only connection I can think of here is maybe the code to the safe is 12/25, right? The day that Christmas is on? Safe code 12/25? Big question mark. That's a reach and a half, but maybe. Ooh, gotta plug in my headset. La da da. Okay. What else is in here? Shoes. That makes sense. Anything up here? Oh, here's the safe right here. Let's go. Fucking first try. Big. All right, what do we got? 4. More puzzles. Red note with 4. Can I open the note? Yes. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name, nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the color of the flag that she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming to Christmas this year. Daniel. That's a strongly worded letter. Red angry note with 4. All right. That's something else. All right, let's move. Let's move on to the next room. I don't see a puzzle piece in here unless you're supposed to be a fucking white pawn. Surely not. I don't see any there. There hasn't been a puzzle piece in every room, so it kind of makes sense that maybe there's just not one in here. Let's move on. Utility closet has a breaker box. Nursery, whenever you draft any bedroom, gain 5 steps. Okay. I didn't really intend to do that too much. Let's go pantry, because I would like to continue on this path currently. And we are still able to. And also this will give us some money, which I have not been privy to thus far. And also an apple. Oh, 2 steps. Get some energy, some fresh energy. $4. A scale. A cheese grater, some coffee, flour and sugar. I can't climb ladders because my arms don't work. It's so sad. Anything else hiding in here? It seems like the kind of place one might hide a chess piece. But it would seem I am mistaken on that front. No chess piece to speak of. I do need to read the note, and I did see this. Tie and maybe tier? This is like a tiered cake, right? So maybe tie and tier. Rank 3 pantry. Tie and tier? Perhaps. Maybe. Not 100% on that. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to open that. Alright, well, we're here now. This is the only way we can continue forward. That goes the wrong direction. Let's go courtyard. That was not my intention. I still wanted to read the note. Bridge. Ooh. I haven't been paying attention to this shit. The note. Fuck me. I'm not gonna go back through all the rooms, but this note has a word written in a different font again. We had another one of those. Beside and journal written on black note. Let's do bridge on white note. Or white enough, I guess. Please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think that an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay, so 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. Hi, Smokey. Are equal to... I mean, you get $4 in change. Maybe dollars are supposed to be steps. So 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges is $46. But I'm not really sure how that would work. It would have to be a multiple of 5. We don't know how much money was enclosed. All we know is that 4 was the change. And 50 steps is somehow equal to 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. Let's go ahead and write down apple equals 2 steps. So apple is 2 steps. We don't know about the others, but in theory they're better than 2 steps, hopefully. All right, into the garden with us. I have a shovel. Can I dig in the garden? Yes, actually. An old rusty nail. Not worth picking up. Okay, but I did. Or maybe I didn't. Can I dig over here too? Do you have something else? A key! Big. Big. I'm not noticing any paintings out here. I'm not really sure why one would hang paintings out here. I also found a sledgehammer. And shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Ooh, okay. We're cooking now. We are cooking on this run. Let's go ahead and write this down. Courtyard rank 3. Nothing. Question mark. Let's go. We get the chapel. We have money now. You may take it. There's a goblet. The music changed. Ah, white bishop. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I don't know why I expected anything different. White bishop. I'm afraid to ask if I can save these mid-run because I would actually like to save this and come back to it in just a little bit. But I'm not actually certain if I can or not. I am noticing some numbers underneath these portraits. 1 is a farmer. 2 is a cook. Oh, these are like professions. Okay. Yeah. 1. So chapel stuff. 1. Farmer. 2. Cook. 3. Farmer again. Oh, you know what? It's the tool in their hand, probably, because it's like there's 2 farmers here, so which, farmer, hoe. That's right, use a farmer hoe. Cook with paddle-looking thing? I know what it is, but I don't know what it's called. Farmer with a pitchfork. Pitchfork, okay. Where is 4? IV is 4. So that is... I know Roman numerals. 4 is... What the fuck are you? Are you a chimney sweep or something? You got like a sweepy thing. Sweepy thing. There we go. You got a sweepy thing. That's 6. 5 would be over here. You're, housekeeper? And with a broom. Maybe that's supposed to be... No, maybe that's a butler with like a duster or something. I don't even know what that shit is. He's holding it super weird, so I can't really tell. You are a jockey with a crop. A riding crop. And you are a knight or a royal with a scepter of some kind. Okay. I've typed all my things in. You got some good ASMR there. Let's do one more room, and then I will test and see if I can... Oh yeah, you bet your ass I'm using that key. I can save the run. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. That sounds very important, but also I'm not going to do it because I'm trying to move on to the next room, and that's a dead end if I do that. Also, I did not read that. What did that say? Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. I have not reached rank 8. I've reached rank 6. All right, let's head into the dining room. Rank 5 dining room. Let's do this room, and then we will save for now. Damn, it's like 4 a.m. Or 4 p.m., one or the other. Okay, vial or acid or something like that. Bath. Acid. Oh, another white pawn. White pawn. Okay, we got a white pawn. Man, we are cooking today. I thought that I was gonna get stumped by this game pretty early on, but... Okay, so what could you be? Tube and tub. Tube and tub. Like a test tube in a tub. Yeah. Yeah. Me when I recognize four-letter words. Alright. Save and quit.